Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie. I am in yet another reading slump. I think I had one of these in February. Not fun at all. I finished these last week. They are YA thrillers loosely based on some Edgar Allan Poe stories. Very cool concept. They're all right. I'll talk about them more in my April wrap up. I also can't speak, I'm sorry. Also, a bigger plot twist than either of these books. I made in-person actual human friends and I've been hanging out with them a lot. So I haven't been reading much. So I feel like I'm just like out of practice, honestly. But I have tried picking up some books. This one, which I already tried reading and didn't finish. I didn't finish it again. And this one I was looking forward to a lot. I just couldn't make myself get very far. And again with Young Mungo, one of my most anticipated releases. And I know like I'm gonna love this book and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like this book. But for some reason, I cannot get myself to either focus or I don't know. I also tried all of these audiobooks. I'm in a little bit of a funk, a book funk. And I think my answer to that is read something kind of weird. So I have a selection of weird books that I've recently purchased. I'm hoping this is the answer. I don't know what this video is gonna be yet, if it's gonna be a vlog of me reading all of these books. I haven't uploaded a video in like over a week, I think. I think I might try reading a chapter of each of these and see which one tickles my fancy. But first, I'm gonna read the first sentence of each of these books to see which one I'm gonna start first. Okay, we have Manhunt by Gretchen Felker-Martin, sorry. I bought this a while ago. This is a post-apocalyptic horror novel about a bunch of young people who hunt down men and harvest their organs. The first sentence, Fran, squinting into the early afternoon glare, watched through her scratched binoculars as the man knelt to drink. There's some description there. I'd say that's about a 2 out of 5 though. Not much intrigue. Then we have Bunny by Mona Awad. I have really been looking forward to reading this. This is about a young woman who goes to a graduate program and there is a clique of females who call themselves bunnies. Our main character finds them very annoying until they invite her to their group. I have no idea what happens after that, but I'm pretty sure there's a cult involved. The first sentence, we call them bunnies because that is what they call each other. I'd say that's about a 2 as well. Then we have The Bone Orchard by Sara A. Mueller. I think this is technically a thriller. However, it's about a witch who I believe is imprisoned in the Bone Orchard. So it does sound a little bit weird. Let's see what the first sentence is. The night breeze off the sea rifled through the Bone Orchard. I always mess that word up. Playing softly in the ghastly white fruits, making the solid ones clatter while the long bones chimed and fluted. Okay, so descriptive as well, but we had the word bones in there. The bones, that's a little bit more intriguing, but still not that like grasping. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. Then we have Middlegame by Seanan McGuire. Seanan? I don't know. I've seen this everywhere. It's very soft also, just so you know. I don't know much about this except for the characters' names are Roger and Dodger, and I think it has to do with a game, hence the title. Chapter 1, Failure, Timeline, 5 minutes too late, 30 seconds from the end of the world. Jesus. That's just like up here. First sentence, there is so much blood. Okay, that's like a 4.5. I don't even know what a 5 would be. I don't know why I'm so stingy with my 5 ratings. And then we have Klara and The Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. I have seen this quite a few places, but Meredith over at Reading with Merb did a reading vlog on it and it got me so intrigued. It sounds like wholesome, but maybe potentially heartbreaking. I believe it's about an AI, and I think that's our main character. First sentence. When we were new, Rosa and I were mid-store on the magazine's table side and can see through more than half of the window. I'd say that's also a 2. So this is the rating of sentences. First Middlegame, The Bone Orchard, Bunny, Klara and the Sun, and Manhunt, sorry. So it looks like I'm starting with this baby. I think I will now, well, I'm on my lunch break, so I can't read all of the first chapters of all of these books. But when I come back, I will have read chapter 1 of all of these books. And I will rate them according to my intrigue into the story and maybe pick the top 3 to be included in this vlog. That sounds about right. Okay, I'll see you soon. Okay, it's after work and I've read my chapters. And I am very interested in 4 of the 5. I mean, I'm interested in all of them, but the ones that really struck my fancy. Why do I keep saying that? There were 4. So first we had Middlegame. I read chapter 1 on my lunch break. It was the shortest chapter by far. It was only 3 pages, and then there were 2 pages of quotes. It actually starts at the end And so we know some shit's gonna go down with one of the main characters. It sounds like maybe some sort of purge thing happening. And then there might be a little bit of fantasy in this with the impossible city and something to do with gold in their eyeballs. I don't really know what's going on, but I was very intrigued at the time. And it also just seems kind of one of those books that you have to pay a lot of attention to. Like there's hints of things happening with all of the quotes, but then even the timeline. So we started with failure. It was the timeline, 5 minutes too late, 30 seconds from the end of the world. And then it's book 0 after the chapter that I read, the beginning. There's 2 quotes. It's called Genesis, timeline 11:14 CST, October 31st, 1886. I don't know. I feel like this is House of Leaves, kind of, but less complicated maybe. So I'm very intrigued to read this. Also, for anyone who's read this author, I know that the second book, I think it is following this story. I think it's called Seasonal Fears. But then I also hear there are novellas, and I think, well, I don't exactly know. Are they related to this story, or I don't know. If you know, let me know. Then I read the first chapter of The Bone Orchard. It was 12 pages. And this one, I found my brain a little scattered. And I think partly it was because I read it right after work. And my mind is a vegetable right after work. I just want to take a nap. But also because there were a lot of characters just in those 12 pages. And this is quite a dark fantasy, but also science fiction. We seem to be in this world where there's ghosts and fire people, psychics, but also there are these, they're called bone ghosts, and they are, I don't know if they're made in this vat of goo, but they can be healed, their bodies, synthetically. But they seem to be like a part of Charm, but also the lady, and they all share a consciousness. I'm very confused. And I am intrigued, but I think it's a little too complicated for my pea-sized little brain right now. Then I read the first chapter of Bunny. It was 8 pages long, and this is probably the one most set in reality. And for that, I'm very intrigued. Our main character has witnessed the bunnies, and they have looked at her and her friend. And there's like this weird staring contest that I was just very intrigued by. It was very animalistic. And I just want to know so bad what's going on. So this one's really high, even though it's so far very set in reality. Very much set in reality. I can't talk for shit, I'm sorry. Then Klara and the Sun. This one seems the most innocent so far, but I feel like that means there's much more opportunity to break my heart because I am already in love with Klara. I technically didn't read chapter 1. They don't have chapters. There's like a part 1, but it's 45 pages long. So I just read until the first little break, which was about 11 pages. And like I said, Klara seems to be some sort of artificial intelligence, and I think she might be a toy for children. And so right now she's in her shop just waiting to be purchased, I suppose. And I just want to know who ends up purchasing her. I hope that she gets to a good home. I know that if she went to my home, we would be best friends, but I'm very concerned. And yes, it had me gripped. This one also had me gripped, but I'm not gonna make that hand gesture in front of this cover. We meet 2 of our main characters, Beth and Fran. They are immediately slaughtering a man with a bow and arrow. And it seems, because this is post-apocalyptic, that this sickness has come over people, and I think it might just be men. Obviously, I don't know. I only read 8 pages of it, but I think they only harvest their cohulas. Huevos? What? These things. Can I say balls? And I know that this is dealing with queer people, and I think Fran is transgender. But then there's also this other clan of women, and they seem to be super kind of extreme feminists, which sounds like it could be dangerous for Fran, because if Fran runs out of their medicine, then they could possibly have more testosterone in their body, and therefore the women might not have any empathy for Fran. We end chapter 1 with kind of a little cliffhanger, so I'm very intrigued to keep reading. And I think a third main character comes into the picture, so I want to see when they come in. So yes, I have 4 weird little books to read, and for the first time in like 2 weeks, I'm very, very excited to read. It's hard now that I feel like the last thing I read is always the most intriguing for me. So now I'm kind of unfairly remembering all of these, but I think I want to start with Bunny and then maybe do Middlegame. I feel like that one's gonna be really intense. So then I'll go to Klara, which will warm my heart, and then end with a banger. It's your balls. So I'll see you when I read some more. Hey guys, so I've decided, because of the length of this video, by the way, I'm editing it right now, and you can see my husband. Wave hi to Grant. I am going to split this in two, so this was just the taste test, and then I will have a vlog. God, I still can't talk, I'm sorry. I'm also drinking some red wine out of a coffee cup, and I believe I just spilled it on myself. I'm not an alcoholic, I swear. Why did I just cross my fingers? But before that, you will see another video. I couldn't not have a video this week. It was not gonna happen. So here is this sort of half-assed video, but I hope you found enjoyment in it, and I hope you're excited for the rest of this. Before you see the vlog video, there will be another vlog up of a recent release, which I will not spoil. And until then, cheers.